This video is going to be a little bit different, and in this video we're going to be talking about how do I make my thumbnails. So we're actually going to make a thumbnail for this video, and I'm going to go through every step of the process. So first, I like to create a group so I can stay organized, and I like to have my border, this nice little outline border right here, and I like to copy that over so you can duplicate that there, drop it in. So we start with just the border, right? Then I like to go on Google and find like some background. So for this, let's do like a green look. So let's find an image. Find an image that is a mountain, right? So I like to scroll through, find an image I think will look decent. Pretty nice background image so we can blur out and still look good. So I think I like this. And as you can see, it's like a really big size, which is good. So I like to take that image, copy it, come into here, and paste it. Right. And as you can see, it's huge. You're gonna want to zoom out and just resize that. Oh my god. Alright. So then you just resize that. It'll look a lot better. Another thing you can do before you even do anything. Yeah. So you can set guides, so that way you have a line going down the center right here and horizontally. So since our canvas is 1920 pixels this way, you can take 1920 pixels and you can put a line in the middle. So 1920 divided by 2, that's 960. You can put a line straight down the middle, helps you center things. And then you have 1080, so that's the same as 540 horizontal. Alright, so now you can center this picture like so. Alright, as you can see, the little border we put right here, it's on overlay mode, and that gives this nice little see-through effect that I like in here. I'll zoom in, right? It's really nice. So that's what I do for that. I don't like to leave backgrounds like this, because if you leave it like this, then the text is really hard to read. I like to go to filter, blur. I like to put a Gaussian blur, usually around like 10. I play around with it a little bit. This one only needs about 5. It should look fine. And let's see, what font did I use for this? Alright. I use a font called Big John a lot. That's just my favorite font. I'm actually duplicate it. So I come here with the text editor usually and just copy it like that. Yeah, I'll just redo it. It's easy. So I'll create a text box and say how I make what is the title of this video? Let's see. Making thumbnails. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So first thing you notice, like the S in thumbnails wasn't shown. So what you need to do for that is actually, the text is too big. Okay. And once the text is smaller than the size of the text box, you can freely control how big the text box is. So you're gonna want to make it like that. That. And we'll work on centering it later once we figure out this text. So for this, let's make it like a green type of thing, but not too vivid, right? So let's use that. And then next thing we want to do is center that. So I want to drag this like that. And since we have these useful guides, you can just snap it to the guides and it'll snap. So now that is centered, right? And so on this one, you saw that it's a little bit, vivid. So the thing's missing a little bit. So what we did was, what I like to do is take the text, either put it on screen, right? Or you can put it on overlay, depending which one looks better. And so screen looks a lot better, but we're not done yet because we also, or I like to go to Google again and look up light leak overlays. And since ours has like a bluish greenish theme, we want to look up a green overlay. So you find one like this. That'll be too green. Let's try this one. Oops. Let's try this one. Takes a lot of playing around with. It looks really good. Like that. Overlay that. Try to put it on screen. Or down the opacity. Let's see. So there's might be actually a little bit better if we have a darker overlay. Something not as strong, right? Alright, so instead of the green one, let's take this one, blur it a little bit. Okay. And then put that on screen mode. Much better. So now it looks pretty cool. This is actually, the text is really plain. So I don't know, let's figure out. Maybe you need, whoa. It's locked as I stop touching it. A text box, and then you use draw wherever you want. This Photoshop is really glitchy. So just create a new layer, it'll be easier. There'll be nothing in the way. What is going on? Alright, let's create it down here. Okay, so then let's do how. Okay, how I make my thumbnails. So, ooh, I like that. I like the purple. It looks a lot better. Much, much better. You can see, center it like so. How I make thumbnails. So let's actually take this and tilt it like that. Stick that right here. We're actually gonna stick that, should we have it be front of the border or behind? The other way was fine. Yeah, so how make thumbnails. And so maybe we wanna arrange this text a little bit. This, make room for it, and we can probably make this text a lot bigger. If you have the room, why not? First you want to make it smaller so you can adjust this side, right? Actually, no. Don't need to do that. Just bring it up. Okay. Looks a lot better. How I make thumbnails. Right? But it's still not to my satisfaction. Maybe if this were blue. Oop. Much better. It's a lot more visible. Because if we center it, it doesn't look as nice. Just take that, and then let's see. Bring this tile closer in. That. Yeah, we're gonna want to blur the background a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. So now that was, I don't know how much we blurred it. Yeah, it's the same style, I think. It's, you know, I like to do some blur. Maybe we need some sort of image here to complete this. So with and without. How much better on that one? Now that I'm thinking of it, I think this style isn't exactly what I like. So I think we're actually gonna hide these two and create a new text layer. Okay, and we're gonna say making I just call it thumbnails. Okay. I like that. A lot of times I like to have like a simplistic type of look to it. Something not too complicated, like something really simple like that looks nice to me. And then if I want, I'll put a line or maybe a rectangle around it. And I'll center that rectangle. And I'll put the stroke, make that white, that like 8-ish, and then make that into overlay. And then you have a nice little thumbnail like that. But this one honestly looks better. It looks fine without it. So that's how I make my thumbnails. I'll probably have more videos on that as I have different styles. I'll see you guys in the next video.